Hey guys, I figured I'd make a video while I'm getting ready this morning, because I had a lot on my mind while I was getting ready, that I wanted to start making these videos to help people who are trying to learn about the spiritual world. I've been kind of heavily into learning about spiritual stuff just in general. I've really just been dipping my hands into absolutely everything and trying to figure out what I like. And I really haven't even figured out what I really want to do, what I like yet. I just keep doing it, practicing it, taking classes. Took a mediumship class recently. I don't know if mediumship's for me. I don't know. I've been looking into shamanism. I'm really drawn to that, but I don't know if that's what I want to do or what I'm supposed to be doing at all. I feel like I have a lot of gifts and they're all in a bunch of different directions. Like, I feel like I have a little bit of every gift, which I've been told you can have. And I'm not sure, like, none of them are strong. And I'm not sure which one's even the strongest ones. So that's why I'm a little lost, because I'm kind of just, I don't know where to start. I don't even have one to just focus on. So I figured as I'm on this journey of learning, and I've just been trying a lot of things, I could keep my updates on here. I'm taking I'm one of those people who I don't like to try new things. I like to be comfortable all the time. But at the same time, I'm also that person who likes to make myself go try things, because I feel like it just, that's how you should be living. So at the same time, I've experienced a lot, I feel. I wanted to start making these videos because I was watching various different people. I don't even know what they would call themselves, witches and I don't know, card readers, all sorts of people on TikTok. A lot of them are even selling people readings, card readings and stuff. And it's a little, some of them, you know, I'm watching their lives and they're asking questions. People are asking them questions and they're answering them. And a lot of them, they just are spitting back out stuff they've read, research, which is great. And I love that. And I love seeing that so many people are awakening, because that'll help all of us out. Everyone, you know, as more people awaken, and they're helping other people awaken. So that's great. But a lot of them I'm seeing, don't really know a whole bunch in a way that they haven't experienced it. So a lot of them, like, someone was just asking, I watched them live about orbs, and they're like, oh, you know, orbs are just kind of, I don't know, like energy or some. It was like a really vague answer that they probably just researched. But it's like, I've seen a lot of this shit. I've seen lights, orbs fly at me. I've seen a lot of shit. And I like to always, I'm the person who always is saying, I'm always telling myself that I'm not good enough. Well, not in that like way, but I'm always just like, you know, like, I've been looking at jobs lately. Do I want to apply for jobs? And it's like, I'm always the one, oh no, you're not good enough for that one. Oh no, you don't know enough for that one. Oh, you're not experienced enough. Where like other people will be like, oh yeah, I'm hot shit, I can do that job. And they probably have less experience than I do. But that's just how I am. And I'm trying not to be that person, but that's who I am. So, you know, I'm basically like, I don't know shit. Like, people aren't straight up like, you know, talking to me in my ear from the spirit world. Like, you know, 100 miles per hour telling me like novels of information. So I'm not good enough to be, you know, reading or doing anything, where I'm seeing these, some people are just literally just using their intuition to read cards. And they don't have even, I didn't part my hair. They don't really have like, they're not, I don't know if I'm using the right words here. They're not even like a mediumship type of person. They're just, using their intuition, which is great, and that's great. And they're like charging people. So I'm like, all right, well, I can do that too. I do that all the time on my own. I'm not going to do that though, because I don't know. I'm just not confident enough in myself to do that. And I don't even know if that's my thing. That's my thing is like, I don't want to do anything. And this is me again. I don't want to do anything until I'm 100%, like, I'm so good at this. Like, I'm an expert. Like, maybe I just need to go for it, but I don't know. I just want to figure out first that I'm doing what I'm called to do on this earth, what I should be doing. Because I'm sick of because I feel like I've been wasting most of my life doing shit that I just should be doing, like what society tells you should do, and I'm not getting anywhere, and I'm not doing anything successful down here, and I don't want to be reincarnated over and over again forever. So I'm trying to figure this shit out in this world, this lifetime. So yeah, I figured I'll share my stories here. So if you want to just follow along. I don't even know where I'm uploading this right now. YouTube, Instagram, I thought TikTok, but I think my videos are going to be too long for TikTok, so I don't know. We'll see. And a good place to practice, which I've started, is, so I'll talk a little bit about, I started, so I've always like, sorry, I have kind of sick lately, but, not the Rona, but I grew up in like a haunted house. It was very had a lot of activity. It was very I heard it was an energy spot for my mom. I don't know. My mom's weird. She's like more gifted than I am. But then at the same time, she's like closed-minded. But at the same time, she's not. So I'm glad I grew up that way, because I'd be like, hey mom, I just saw some weird ass shit. My mom would be like, oh cool, me too. I saw that yesterday. So, yeah, like one day, like a fairy flew at me in the bathroom. I was like, Mom, a fairy just flew at me. She's like, wow, that's awesome. But like very genuinely, my mom's like, yeah, cool. And like she sees shit all the time. She doesn't tell me. Like one day, I've been into this shit, and she was like, she's like, oh yeah. She was telling me once that she, this story where when she was in college, or I think it was college or early 20s or whatever, she was in her apartment making lunch, and she floated above her body. So, you heard those outer body experiences. It sounded like that, like when people die, but they don't quite die and they come back or whatever. They've died for a few minutes or whatever. That's a story for another day. But, she said that, and that she was up there, and she's up there for a while, and she knew she shouldn't be up there, so that she had to go back down. So then she went back down to her body. But it's kind of crazy, because then so this is where I started with the spiritual journeys. I've always heard these things. I'm like all over the place, but hopefully you can keep up here, because this is how I talk. Because I have like intense ADHD, so I'm all over the place. But, I gotta bring my kids to school soon, but I don't even know what time it is. I just started this video because I wanted to start it. So my, that makes it dark. I started this, so I've always had, so this has been my life. It's been a lot, like, we've always been open to this shit. I've always seen crazy shit. And then it got to the point where I came across, so I was listening to, a podcast. It's actually Teen Mom, because I'm a young mom. I'm not a teen mom, but I'm a young mom, so I've always resonated with the teen mom girls as they've gotten older, and their kids are kind of the same, like their second round of kids are kind of the same age as mine. I kind of can relate. It's someone I can kind of relate to, but now it's a hot mess and I don't even watch it anymore. But so I was watching one of their podcasts, and it's a mom-based podcast. So it's about like mom stuff, so that's why I watch it. I listen to it. And one day they had a medium on it, and I just resonated with her so much because her stories were similar to mine as a child. And I don't know, I felt this connection to her. So I've been following her for probably a few years now, like 3 or 4. I don't even know. Hi, Juju's. So I've been following her for a few years now. And what you doing? Come here. And so she started her own podcast recently, and it's literally opened my world. I just had been following her on Twitter. Like, I didn't even read her stuff. And then, I don't know, one day I came across, like, I hadn't even been following her anymore. I think she was on the podcast. She was on the podcast again. And, but it wasn't even mediumship related. But I just really resonated with her. Like, we were just, I don't even know the sort of word. But we just, hit it off. What am I saying here? I don't know, I felt a connection with her. So we had similar, I don't know, we have similar personalities or lives or something, I don't know. So somehow I came across at one point that she had started a podcast. And then since then she started another podcast, but it's really opened my world. I just didn't even know anything about this world. I never had anyone to tell me about it, teach me. I live in Boston, suburbs of Boston, like super, like no, there's no one here that's doing witch shit and stuff, which is funny because my mom ended up moving to Salem and everyone's a witch in her neighborhood. But I didn't know about this stuff. There was no one to ever tell me about it. My mom has gifts, but she doesn't know anything about this. She has no idea. She just knows what she's experienced in her life, which is me. And, I used to always be drawn to, like, ghost shows and stuff like that as a kid. So, but, like, that's not, I don't think that's a good representation of what the spiritual world is. That's just trying to scare you, which is, like, the opposite of what you should be doing when you're working with spirit. So, you got a little hair in your nose. Doggy hair. That's what started me on my journey. It blew my mind when I first started learning about this stuff. And also because a lot of people, you can see all this crazy stuff about the spirit world, when you start reading, like I tell my husband, he's like, that's fucking crazy. But to me, it's like, I've all of this, it just literally all it just resonates with me. It's like, everything she says, I'm like, oh my God, like it puts all the pieces together. It literally just completes everything I've ever experienced, learned, and it's just like, wow, it literally just completes the whole story there. Hey, no, not nice. Not nice. You give hugs? That's not nice. Thanks for kissies. So, I don't want you to reach down my shirt, dude. I'm trying to make a video. I don't. So what I have been doing since then is, I've been researching. It gives you a good point to start. So you can start Googling. If you just randomly start Googling, you don't get this shit, you don't learn. So it's like when she's explaining stuff, I can research particular things and then I can find it more. YouTube, there's one witch lady I found on YouTube. She doesn't really have any followers, but I randomly came across her. Maybe she does now. But she's just she's in her 70s or something, and she had some interesting as hell stuff on there. I haven't really kept up with her videos because she's a lot, but I'd love to someday when I have time because they're awesome. There's other YouTube people. Meditation, I was told on the podcast to start meditating, and that also just changed my world. I never knew anything about meditating. I thought it was maybe stupid. And at first I was like, oh, nothing's happening. And then now, I've gotten to the point where, random stuff will pop in my head. Sometimes it scares me, someone will, pop in, and it's almost you think, it's like when you're alone and you think you're alone in your house, then someone turns the corner or something like that. You're like, it's like that in my head. But so far it's just random. I'm not, that's all I'm really getting is random stuff. So I'm working on it to try to see what the heck, what I'm supposed to be doing here. I've taken a mediumship class with the girl who has the podcast, the woman who has the podcast. And she is awesome. That was really good too. It gave me a lot of places to start, really build my skills. It really did. It helped me figure out what I should be listening to, because I feel like I've always been getting information my whole life, and I didn't know what the heck to Like, how do I start? Like, and I have ADHD too. There's just a lot of noise in there, and I don't know like what is what and what to trust. It's helped me really pick it apart and be like, this is this voice telling me something important. This is my ego. This is, there's a few other people I've come across. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but social media, Instagram, TikTok, and one of the places I've learned the most, and also is kind of the worst at the same time, is Facebook groups. I joined just a million. I've joined like mediumship ones. One wasn't even a witch one, but somehow it turned into a witch one. So I'm cool with it. I've gotten some cool shit in there, even though I don't think I'm a witch. I don't really like witch stuff, but who knows? Maybe I will. Who knows? I've kind of like dabbled in like just learning about it. I don't do that stuff, but maybe I will. Who knows? Maybe it'll start being something I want to do. There's another place is why are you making a mess? So those groups, some are like spiritual awakening, some are shaman. Some of the shaman ones made me mad, so I left. But I don't know. One of the ladies, I just didn't like her personality. She was like very like, she was like telling people what to do here and there, and she was like really like, she just needed to take a chill pill, and I couldn't handle that group. Maybe that's just my personality clashing with hers. Yeah. What are you doing? Yeah, in a little bit. Can you get dressed and then I will? Yeah. Can you get dressed and then I will?
What is that guy?
A spider, but he's gone now. Can you go get dressed, please?
Can you get him?
I got him. Can you get dressed, please? So another place so I'm just gonna start trying stuff now, because I think that's the best thing to do. I'm willing to just like experience as much as possible. I really want to do a QHHT practitioner. I want to have them do so that's Dolores Cannon. If you want to research that, I want to read her books. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I've heard a lot. And I want to do, I maybe want to do a sweat lodge. I have a Native American ancestry. Don't want to say I'm like super Native American. I'm sure I'll get all sorts of backlash, but I don't know. I've been drawn my whole life to Native American stuff. I'm not saying that I'm not Native American, small amount, but our history is sad, of our ancestry, of how I became not 100% Native American, and I don't know. We've always had a kick. I mean, our family has always said, this is a really discussion for another day, but I'm just always been drawn to it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's something spiritual, and then at the same time, it's not like I haven't been exposed. My mom brought me to powwows as a kid. I've been exposed in a few ways, in a respectful way. We've always had worn, like like moccasins. I don't want to say, we wear moccasins from like Target. Like, no, like Native American made companies. I don't know, it's kind of been a little bit of a part of our family, but not really, if that makes sense. Kind of like a leftover kind of, I don't know, thing passed down, but very, like, not very much, like not traditions or anything. So I've been educating myself because I'm just really interested in it. I have my whole life, because I've just been, I don't know, drawn to it somehow. So, where was I going with this? I wanted to, So I want to do a sweat lodge because I've heard a lot of people have said, like, I've heard a lot of different mixed things, like you can do it. I've heard of people's experiences that made me want to do it, first of all. But then there's a lot of people who, they're not Native American, but then I've heard people, or maybe they, I don't know, they could be, they could have some Native, they might have. But there's, you know, there's people who do it who aren't, and I think it's fine. But then, you know, I think there's still that, like, you shouldn't do it. But you know what, I feel like I have to do it, maybe someday. I don't know if I'm ready for it yet. I want to try, so I'll keep you updated on the stuff I'm trying. I want to try, QHHT, past life regression. I want to try, so right now I'm going to try this person that, I forget, they're not practitioner, I don't think. I forget what they're called themselves, but, they are, energy worker, maybe. They do, like, she said it's a combination of Reiki, I don't know if I'm saying it right, and energy work. She does like a combination that usually she didn't used to do, and then she realized she can combine them. So she's gonna do that for me, and it's a pricey, but I mean, for me, it's like $200 a visit, which she said go every other week. I'm like, oh my god, I must figure out how I come up with this money, or maybe it's just a one-time thing. But I know a lot of people who go like weekly to these, so I really want to try that. So, and I don't like going out of my comfort zone. It was so hard. I had so much anxiety calling her. Actually, I first emailed her because I was like, I will not do this if I have to call her, because I'll just keep putting it off. I was like, I'm just going to send out an email right now. So then, like, just be like, hey, I'm going to call you or whatever, like, just so that. And then she said, hey, I'm going to call you on this date, which was good, because otherwise I, like, probably wouldn't have called her. So I'm going to try that, and I'll keep you updated on that, because I'm just not, yeah. So if you want to hear more ramblings by me in a million different directions about my spiritual journey, you can follow me. Thanks.